Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to learn the second last chapter of grade 11 physics, that is oscillation, and this chapter is a very simple chapter. So before going to this chapter, we need to know some of the basic things of this chapter. That is called as first one. We have a quick revision. We'll do a quick revision so that main important things only I'll deal in this chapter. So first you should know what is the difference between a non-periodic motion and a periodic motion. So this is the first thing that you need to know in this chapter. So non-periodic motion means all those motion which are not repetitive are called as non-periodic motion. So what will be the periodic motion? So the motion which is repetitive at regular intervals of time is called as periodic motion. So the first point is, for non-periodic motion, the motion that is non-repetitive is called as a non-periodic motion. So the periodic motion will be the motion that repeats at regular intervals of time. That is called as periodic motion. So one important example I will tell. Imagine that this girl is going to throw a ball. Okay, so she's throwing a ball in this direction. So what is this projection called as? Because in grade 11 physics third chapter we have learned about motion in a plane, and the projection is called as projectile. Okay, so this thing is going to happen once, but it is not going to repeat. Okay, so that kind of motion is called as non-periodic motion, which is not going to be repetitive. So it is not going to repeat. Similarly, a car from A to B, it is traveling from A to B. Okay, so it has traveled, so it is not going to repeat anymore. But just imagine a periodic motion. The very good example for periodic motion is solar system. So all the planets are revolving around the sun for billions of years, and this motion is continuing for billions of years, which means that it is a periodic motion. So the motion is actually repeating at regular intervals of time. So that is the difference between periodic motion and non-periodic motion. Understood? So that is the main difference between periodic and non-periodic. Non-periodic means it is not repetitive, but periodic means the motion that repeats at regular intervals of time is called as periodic motion. So this is the first concept. Now we'll go to the next concept, that is oscillation. So now we are going to learn what is meant by oscillation. So oscillation you might have seen in lab. Like when you do a simple pendulum, you will call it as oscillations. Oscillations are happening to that pendulum. But what is exactly oscillation? So oscillation is it's a periodic motion. It's a periodic. Okay, it's a periodic to and fro motion. So this is a very important point that you have to note. That is, it is a periodic to and fro motion. What is meant by to and fro? Or back and forth, like that you will tell, no? So what is meant by to and fro motion? That is, for example, a swing moves in a to and fro motion. It is periodic means it is happening at regular intervals of time, but it is not what you call it, the direction or else the movement is to and fro motion. So that is an oscillation. So a periodic to and fro motion is called as oscillation. Example is swing. Cradle also you can say, because the movement of a cradle is like, it's a periodic and to and fro. So that is called as an oscillation.